Welcome. This is Barry Jones from the Angel School, and we're here for a weekly angel reading for April 4th through the 10th, 2016. So let's just take a moment to take a deep breath and to really tune in to the vibration of our inner divinity and really focusing on the alignment within. And as they're showing me right now, that as you do this, you will really sort of align yourself with your guidance system, your intuition. Now, they're holding up to two fingers, okay, which make the V. And so they're writing the word love. And they're showing me, and they're also writing the word about your body. Okay. So, hold up a minute here. So, this is a little different. And so, there's two things they want you to focus on: the perspective, or seeing things from the context of your divine source through the context of love. They also want you, as this helps you, it activates, it motivates your intuition. They're literally showing me the third eye, so it just activates your third eye to open, to expand, and to embrace the awareness of possibilities that are available for you. They're showing me a silver spoon, and they're saying that, guess what? You were born with a silver spoon in your mouth, but it's in your heart actually, and it's the love. As you utilize love, you put the silver spoon for success, prosperity, and a great life and all the help that you need, because it is love that will always reveal to you truth. Now, they were talking about the body, and they mentioned, and I have to just say this, they wrote out the word sex. So they are wanting you to also, there's a couple of things here. So this is about taking care of your body and engaging yourself in the pleasures of your body, and that could include sex as well, but also, and so not to deny your desires, as this also is so intimately related to your creativity, your creative energy, and that they're writing out the month April here. So this isn't okay, and they're saying yes. So I don't know what they're going to talk about April. I just, but in the moment, they so be aware of your level of creativity, possibly sparking, and in this month, okay, and so you can really help to keep your this activity high for creativity and openness, along with your this love flowing by taking care of your body, um, you know, to indulge yourself in pleasurable pursuits. As you can see, this is very difficult for me to talk about, but it's just that if there's been a neglect in this area. Let's just be frank about it, and not only sexually, but also just in exercise. Things that help you to feel connected. Now, this could also mean that some of you may be allowing this to kind of indulging too much, and maybe not. Well, that sounds contradictory, but maybe in a way that you're doing things that are not healthy for you, that is creating a gap. So in your sexual life, and so you may be exploring things that are not healthy, and that could even just mean that you, and it's not, they're not judging what you do. That's not it at all. But it is when, if something doesn't really fulfill you, it takes you off of that path of being able to channel that love, and you start to feel guilty or ashamed, or you feel pain, or you're suffering or hurt behind it. So this is, you want to make sure that you are nurturing yourself, and in this month in general is the sense I'm getting from this, what they're showing me here. So they really want you to pay attention to your connection. They want you to pay attention to um, your connection. They're writing. They want you to know that you're safe. They wrote 6:6. Don't worry. They wrote the word sleep. So I get a sense, and now they're writing food, that some of you, because you're worried about a lot of things, you're not sleeping well, and you're not eating well. Some of you, I'm getting a sense that some of you may be neglecting to eat because you're so focused on things, and you need help, and they're writing help. And they want you to know you're getting the help you need, but you're not in a vibrational place where you can be ready to receive the offers, or you're not allowing yourself to be receptive to help from others. You're thinking about your pride, and you're trying to wear too many different hats. They're literally writing this out in words. And as you're doing this, this is not loving either. Okay, this is not loving, and this is not the kind of help that you want to exercise, because it's not going to help you. And they're saying, don't, they wrote the word coy. So they're saying, don't be coy about this. And Jesus is coming through. And Jesus wants you to really, to open your eyes, okay? To expand your vision. He wants you to start seeing yourself, seeing your life through a loving perspective. Now, of course, every time you think about that, you think, well, how can I get there? And you start thinking about all the things that you worry about. But if you can just see, visualize, well, if you can just ponder, let's do that for a moment. Just ponder the possibilities. Write them down on a piece of paper without the obstacles. And we have to understand that in this moment, yeah, you don't know how you're going to get there from where you are now. But we need you to stop thinking so much about the destination and more about the process. And there is everything in your power right now that you can do to enjoy the process, to really do things that make you feel good, even in times when you feel like you're struggling and you're suffering. You can focus on things and doing things that make you feel good. Doing something creative, or eating healthily, exercising. These things make you feel good, and they help you to tune in to that, your I am presence, because there's a release that comes from this, and you feel less restricted. So it's very important for you to do those, to focus on the small aspects of your day-to-day process that doesn't require the things that you're worried about not having. And in this doing so, it'll open your eyes to possibilities, and you'll be able to see the solutions in the moment that will help you to go where you're going, not to get where you're going. Because getting seems to almost imply that you have some resistance going on, or there's going to be a struggle. But go is already like you're already there. You're on it, you see. And when you are tuned in, tapped into that frequency of love, you are going. You are going where you need to go in order to have the outcome you desire. So really, really tune in to this. Let me just to see if there's anything else. So really what they want you to do is to focus on the abundance that you are experiencing. Sometimes because you're looking at things through the context of your ego rather than your source, you're not recognizing that you've achieved some of the things that you've wanted, just not in the way that you were expecting them to look. And that's you only see that from the perspective of limitation. You see? So like I was hearing someone say, well, I don't, we don't have a job or whatever, but they were also talking about some of the things that they were doing. And so in that sense, which one is success? You see, if you're actually doing what you love, maybe you're not earning a lot of money. But if you focus on that and that perspective, then, and you say to yourself, this fulfills you, then if you just keep doing that and doing what you do because you love it, then people will start to connect with that energy and start to seek you out. But as long as you're offering the limitations of what you're doing perspective, then people will feel that. And no matter how wonderful it is, they will not seek you out because you are not in alignment. You're not the vibration they're looking for. It's not that they're judging you and what you're doing, and everybody doesn't realize it, but they're looking for the vibration. They may not know it, but that's what they're attracted to. So when you try to, market yourself or whatever you're doing, and you try to do all these things that we think that work in the world, they do if vibration is there first. So care more about your vibration first and do what you do because you love it, and allow yourself to experience appreciation and the happiness that comes from being who you are. See yourself from the perspective of your source that understands what real success is, an achievement. And then you won't see or feel that you've failed. That comes from the context of our human experience, our ego, that you see yourself as a failure. That's a voice of limitation. And you got to know the difference, and you got to start activating the powerful well-being of your source consciousness, you see. So let's take a look at the card for the week, the theme of the week from the Archangel Oracles. And here we go again with Archangel Uriel. You know what to do. So, and I know how we all do not like this card, but this is really giving me a sense that what you need to do is surrender right now what you know. Because in doing so, you are blocking what your source knows and what you also have access to. You're not here right now to regurgitate what was. You're not trying to cope in your life. So if you're trying to cope or manage life, then this is what's throwing you off, because of where we're going in our ascension process, moving to those higher dimensions, bringing in that conscious state of allowing. You can't use the three-dimensional hologram software for the fifth dimensional hologram, which is inviting you into a deeper, more expanded aspect of your knowing. It's like right now you're like we know our personalities in this lifetime, but what's happening is that the source of that is awakening within us is awakening all the facets. So we're multifaceted, like a diamond. Our soul, our source is multifaceted, and those facets have been dormant, except for the one you've been focusing through. We call our conscious focus in this lifetime. And now the facets, all the other facets are opening up to you. And with them, all that inner knowing. So there's more knowing trying to come through. But if you keep coping, meaning the brain is trying to extract from what was in order to understand what is, that's what the coping is. It's just a fix, but it's not a solution. It's just a temporary kind of thing. It's like patching things up with bubble gum and all kinds of unstable things. And so in order to really embrace the dreams that you've created through all those struggles, because every time you're experiencing something you don't want, the universe is clarifying and creating the best possibility of what you truly desire. Like even when you don't know, the universe knows, and that's why it creates it. And you're being guided to allow that through now. But you can't do that with expectation, because now your expectations are based on what that sort of that perspective you had that was only through that one facet. Now more facets are opening up to you, and it's going to be a completely different story. So in order for it to be a completely different story, what you're praying for, you don't know that's what you're really praying for, but it's going to be a completely different story. In order for that to happen, you got to start telling a different story. And the only way to do that is you got to surrender all the ones you've been telling before, so that they can come through, so that then the story of your truth, the story of your source, can reveal itself to you and give you a guide, a roadmap, show you the bigger picture, a roadmap, a process, a way of living in the moment, being more playful and being more spontaneous, fearless. These are the things they're writing here. And more open. And I feel like the word sex too has a sort of a symbolic meaning of intimacy, connection. So you're going to be making a lot of connections, I feel, in this month that are intimate, that are based in truth, that have foundation in the truth that is going to be revealed through you as those other facets awaken and as you allow them. So don't limit yourself. Get rid of limiting thinking, because that limiting thinking is keeping you from knowing. Okay? So let's take a look at the card for the beginning of the week. All right, and so we have the Seven of Fire here. And the card says, well, this card, every time it comes up, I love this card because it's two ways you can look at this. You can, and this is about, and it's interesting because this is about perspective here. I'm talking about seeing things from a divine context or the context of the ego. If you look at this from the context of your ego, you can see that you're being attacked, and that everybody is out to get you, and and it's just this endless blame. Of course you blame yourself and you feel guilty for maybe something that you think you did, and this is just a game that the ego is keeping you trapped in a limbo in between rather than being on, you see. And then you could look at this from the perspective of source, which is saying that you're in a position of advantage, and that what others are doing is that they're reaching for you. They're seeking you out. You have something to offer them. But when you're afraid of people, you don't realize what it is that the gifts that you have that you can share, that just may actually be something that someone needs from you that will help support you financially in your life's journey and in your purpose, your soul's purpose. So the card says, defend your beliefs and decisions, stand your ground, choose your battles wisely. Well, I feel like the battle here is the battle of understanding that what we need to do is stop fighting the contrast and embrace it as a teacher and as one that is helping you to refine your understanding It's helping you to refine who you are, the path that your soul is seeking, and all the expansion in the ways that it's opening and revealing itself and making you and others available, making you available to others and others available to you, allowing for a harmonious exchange that in your, especially in your career and your life purpose. So really tune in. Let me just tune into this card and see what additional messages I may be getting from the angels here. So they're just showing me that information is going to really come more and more clearly to you in your mind, a sense of confidence and freedom, a sense of a can attitude, because they wrote the word can. And so they want you to know that you're supported, that you to have faith through these changes that will lead you to not worry, because they're going to lead you to the abundant outcome that you've been praying for. So just be open to the information. The book was Over the Third Eye. So be open to the information that's going to come to you very clearly in this week, and don't allow yourself to shift into that negative perspective where you start doubting that and start thinking things that are not there, that are things that are going on, and people are thinking about what people's motives may be that are not necessarily that, okay? So let's look at the card for the middle of the week. All right, and the Dreamer card here. So this is really telling me that, and it's interesting because they're looking at each other, these two cards. But the Dreamer card here is saying that for you to take a leap of faith, take the risk, okay? Take the risk to go out and stand in your power to engage others, okay? To really connect with others, to be fearless, and know that people are going to be looking up to you and for guidance in this week. So be ready. I mean, I get a sense that you should be ready for some clients that will be coming your way. That I just get this sense that, I don't know what it is, but between these two cards, but I get a sense that some clients going to be coming your way, going to be looking for you. So be ready. Don't limit yourself. Don't hold back. Put yourself out there so that people can find you. Does that make sense? So really step out of your comfort zone. Don't be afraid to as you can see, he's kind of let me just pull it up a little bit if it'll focus. But you can see there's this, he's standing at the threshold of a gateway here where he can just step right through. And he's standing right there. And so you need to be like this week. Don't be afraid to stand sort of on the cusp of something different and new for yourself. Okay? Don't be worried about, as you can see, there's a pot of gold he's standing on. Don't be worried about the resources. And if you possibly go this route, that you're gonna lose out on something, because you have no idea what you are going to possibly gain on the other side. So go for it. This is the time for you to do so. All right? Because you're going to discover what you want to know when you do. So this is about taking the risk, taking the opportunities, and discovering the answers that you've been seeking. But they're not in doing the same things over and over again. They're not in blaming yourself or blaming, the world for what's going wrong, or even blaming God. It's about you trusting in God, trusting in the universe, and stepping through when they, place that gateway there right in front of you of opportunity. Go through it and see what you have to gain. All right, let's take a look at the card for the weekend. Okay, and this is a good card because it shows contentment. This card is about contentment, peace, abundance, a happy home life, the successful completion of a project. So this card is really saying that this is going to create a whole new stability in your life. Okay, it's going to create this opportunity, this chance that is going to bring a new sense, a new foundation, spiritual foundation in your life, where you're going to feel safe, where you're going to feel good about your choices. I feel like you're going to feel free of something that you were really feeling boxed in about. Okay, and that this opportunity is going to free you, is going to allow you to just be able to feel like you can relax for the first time in a very long time. A real sense of peace that you calm that you haven't had. And so, and I feel that it'll come because you're going to feel that a piece of what you've been trying to manifest is going to come through for you. And they're writing the word angel. So perhaps this means that someone or the situation, someone that may come into your life and act as an angel for you that will be able to assist you, or you may do that for someone else. But I get a sense that someone's going to come into your life like an angel, and they're going to help you to move through the transition or the circumstances that you've been worried about. Okay, is what they're showing me. Let me just tune in and see if there's any additional information about this card. So it's something about the body, and it's funny because they're showing me a bed without a mattress, and it could be it's two things here. I feel like you need to be very open to help. Okay, so help is going to come, but be open to it. Also, I feel like you need to the structure of your sleep is something I feel like you need to take a look at. Okay, um, I can't pinpoint what it is, but they're writing something false. There's something that you're a belief or something that you're thinking that's not true, and it's just really causing you to not sleep comfortably. And they're writing the word code. So this could be something that is kind of some kind of coding that you've in your beliefs, something that's encoded or coding. So this may come up for you, and you may find yourself kind of released from this code. So just be very open, okay, over the weekend, and try to change your perspective here. I don't know if it's literally like you need to do something about your bedding, but I was thinking that at first, but it could be some of your cases. But I feel like what you need to do is you need to definitely make more time for relaxation. Since this is a card about, you usually see a couple here and community celebrating. Make more time for for relaxation, for more time to do things with your family or things in your community, to be more active, to just to distract your attention from some of the things that you've been worried about. It's like you can't do anything right now about that, but you can have fun and you can enjoy yourself. And then those things will kind of fix themselves, or the solutions will slip in and you'll know exactly what to do. Again, here come back to that know what to do. All right, so let's take a look at the card from the bottom of the deck that I already pulled. And this is the Page of Fire. So one of the things I like about this card is the picture here shows sort of a breakthrough, something from the winter scene into, and he's bringing that fire. So he's bringing inspiration. And so this week, no matter what's going on, you're going to have a breakthrough, okay? Some inspiration, hope is going to come through for you in this week. The card says news of an exciting new endeavor, and use your originality and ingenuity. So be open to something new, something that's inspiring. Maybe it's not something you were expecting. Okay, as you can see, this sort of break between this icy kind of winter scene, and then this dragon comes through with this fire, and the page riding the dragon here. So it could be something that's really going to be completely different. Maybe not something you were expecting at all, but it'll be bring excitement, and it'll just help you to feel um, inspired again, and motivated is another word I'm looking for. So just be open. Like the page is a sort of a young character who's can be seen as mischievous, like uh, has so much energy, doesn't know what to do with it, very hyper, can't sit still kind of thing. So um, maybe you need to, if you've been sort of sitting around and not doing much, then you need to become a little bit more active. Engage yourself. Again, with all these fire cards, we can see why our creative sexual energy, so the sacral chakra, our appetites for life, all of these things, we need to really, so it's going to be a burst of energy, and you need to go with the ideas that are coming to you, because those ideas are going to tell you what to do. They're going to be the solutions you're looking for. So don't be afraid to take those steps, to go for the adventures. Okay, so I send you lots of love and angel blessings. And if you haven't, you can join us on Facebook if you haven't already. You can find that in the description link below, as well as if you're looking for an angel reading, you can join me on my website, theangelschool.com. Until next week, God bless you all.